Hey guys, it's Amber, and I've been working all day to get ready to start putting together my everyday color day in the life project. So it's only Sunday, it's April 2nd, the day after we did the documenting, or photo taking I should really say, and I'm excited. I'm pumped about this project because it's been a while since I've been inspired. You guys know it's been a while since I have actually created a craft project, but this one I was excited for the community participation. I was inspired to take photos. I took a lot of photos, and I have some fun ideas to make this project kind of my own. So I did buy the kit. I bought the bundle of all of the kits for all the different projects we're going to be doing this year, and I have some ideas. I probably won't be using these stickers, but I'm planning to use the chipboard, hopefully, these two pieces. I have all the cards, and I'm also going to be adding purple and gray because those are colors that are found a lot in my life, and I wanted to include them. So the way that I'm going to lay this out, I'm going to start with the vellum as my intro page. I created a couple vinyl pieces here. The white one here is going to be hard to see, but this says Everyday Colors Day in the Life. That's going to go in white on the vellum sheet. And then behind that is going to go this sheet here. I wanted to punch the holes on this side. This is going to be filled with all my photos of rainbow colored things in my home. And then on the back, I'm going to punch the holes on this side. These two are going to go side to side, or back to back, I should say, I think. And if not, it'll change a little bit. And then in Allie's one video, she had talked about doing a color treasure hunt. I paused the video, took a screenshot, and I have a black vinyl here that's going to go along the edge of that just to help fill this space. I thought about adding some like washi tape or something for color, but I thought that would be even more fun. So based on how my photos are going to lay out, my red photo might go here, and then maybe this will go towards the back. I'm not sure yet, but either way, I'm excited to use this. So I'm going to put that back aside for now and continue going over my plan. So I've got all of my journaling done, all of my photos edited and printed and ready to go. So all I really have to do now is create. So what I'm going to do, what I decided to do, let me start from the beginning actually. I decided to do 2 photos for every color. So I have 20 photos printed here, plus all the ones for the rainbow. So it's like 25 photos, I guess, 26 photos. Because I just was really inspired, and I was able to easily get one of every color. And then after that, because I was still so inspired and seeing things in such a new way, I decided to go ahead and do a second photo. So what I'm going to do is have this photo be, sorry, here I am yawning. This photo will be on the left-hand side. Next to it will be a 3x8 transparency. We'll have my 3x4 photo and my card with journaling. And then I'm going to, I printed all of my journaling in color on vellum sticker paper, like photo sticker paper. So it'll be red, red, red. And then when you flip to the other side, then you'll have the orange photo, the orange journaling, and my 3x4 orange card as well. And then it will just keep flipping side to side. So in between every spread will be a 3x8 2-pocket transparency. So just to give you an idea of the photos that I have, these are my reds. This is my orange. And then for yellow, I've got daffodils and then these Easter cookies. For green, I have the green candle and my broccoli and my dinner. And then blue, I have the kitty and me wearing blue and a rainbow collar for later. Then I've got purple, the cards I made myself, pink, got gray, black, white, what this is lightning, it's hard to see up close, and then black and white. So, and then I printed out those little mini rainbow photos, like my phone background, my paint collection, cardstock, beads, and then this was like, we have like a window covering for privacy that's rainbow colored, and sometimes when the sun shines through, it creates really cool patterns. So that was just some rainbow sunbeams on the carpet. So then for my journaling, I did everything in rainbow. So I've got all 10 colors. For the white, I'm praying, I created a gray block there. I'm praying that the gray part, sorry, I'm not sure why my notifications keep freaking out. I'm praying that the gray part will cover the block fairly well so that I could have white journaling just like all the rest. I actually made it a little bigger intentionally so that if it didn't cover it well, it was at least over top of it. And then for this journaling page here, I also printed out a couple little snippets for my observations, talking about how I've been struggling lately, but I was inspired, how I was able to, or why I added some extra colors, how I was inspired to take some photos of rainbow things. One was that there was a few colors I thought would be easier, and they were actually some of my hardest ones, which were red, black, and white, and the reflection on the product and how I'm still looking at everything around me with like fresh perspectives and wanting to take photos of all the color. So right now, my biggest thing is I just need to get everything trimmed out. I've got to get all of my not transparencies, but sticker paper cut out, and then everything just needs to be assembled. I'll figure out where I want to put these. There's not one for every day, so there's only like 5, but I'm going to try to incorporate them in different places. Of course, they're not in rainbow order, but I was going to try to make my book in rainbow order. So that's a bummer because yeah, I would rather do red, orange, yellow, green, blue. So we'll see how I end up using that, or I might just mix them up. But other than that, I'm pretty much ready to go. I'm going to be using this album that was suggested for the project, which is this Remember This album. It's got gold foil dots on the inside. I'm just going to leave these in here for now because they might be useful for the other projects coming down for the year. And then I pulled out my stash of chipboard stars. I was thinking about doing hearts, but I think on here where I have a little bit of room, and maybe on here as well, I can add some coordinating stars that match. So that's where we're at. Can't wait to get started.
Okay, so first step was to get everything trimmed out, which was quite a bit of stuff. So I began with all my photos, then all of the digital pieces that I had created for myself, the vellum, sticker paper, all of like my journaling and everything. So just showing you some quick shots there. This actually took me quite a while. Then I paired up all of my color journaling with the color card that it went with, so that I was ready to go and made sure I had everything squared away. Just kind of getting my desk organized here, trimming out the strips here, and I kind of had to pull out my ruler and double check how wide the paper was and where I needed the stickers to be, because I couldn't really print journaling marks on there or cut marks. So just kind of moving some stuff to the side there. And I was originally going to start with putting this journaling on those strips, but I decided instead to start working on my vinyl titles that I had created. I wanted to make sure that they went down first. So I'm using transfer sticker paper here to pick up the vinyl pieces. I'm going to mention this later in the video because I've obviously already created this, but to get these to be not so sticky and ruin my project, I stuck it down to my clothes multiple times to get like fuzz and the stickiness to go away. You see how easily that peeled off there. It's so little tack that I can barely pick up the vinyl, which can be a pain, but also like I knew it wouldn't ruin my project either. So I'm just getting these down in place. This is just plain black vinyl, and I really love how that came out. Looks really cool. And I'm going to do the same thing with the white one here for my title page, the everyday colors. This one actually also takes a while because it doesn't want to pick it up, but I finally get it to the point where it's catching everything. And then you're going to see me push it down onto the vellum. Sometimes I'll use a grid background to make sure things are straight and lined up. But for this one, I was able to tell pretty easily. It's a pretty large chunk of the 7x8, so it's kind of easy to line up, is what I'm trying to say, I guess. So it just kind of works well. I can line up things pretty well with my eyes, just by looking at them as well. Anyway. So popping that right on there. And then you can see again how easily this pulls off. I'm so grateful that it did not ruin that vellum. And the very next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and punch the holes in it, because there's nothing else I'm going to be adding to this. I'm just checking to make sure that if I bend it around a little bit, nothing pops off. So I'm just grabbing my punch template there and using my 6-hole punch to pop the holes in. And then the next thing I'm going to do is actually use that to make sure that my holes are perfectly lined up for the page that's going to be behind it. And then I decided I wanted to play with the rainbow photos here. So I'm just lining them up. I didn't even really rearrange them. They kind of just went down in the position I placed them down in. And I wanted to try using my corner rounder to see. It wasn't a perfect match for these, but it was close enough. So I rounded the corners on the bottom or the top, whichever it needed to match up with the paper. And then I decided to give this some pizzazz to use some foam tape to help lift these photos up and just give them a little bit of lift. Even the bottom photo, I did the same thing, and I punch some corners at the bottom there just to help it match a little. I'm just grabbing some 1/4 inch foam adhesive roll there from scrapbook.com. I'll link that for you guys. And just putting a little strip at the top and bottom, and then a little one going diagonally to make sure that it's supported. And then just getting all those positioned down. So I'm going to jump ahead to adding down the sticker paper journaling. And I'm going to go ahead and apologize in advance because I lost some footage, or thought that I was filming for quite a bit of this. So I'm showing you this part so you can see how I get the sticker paper down, because I didn't catch any of the ones going down on the color journaling cards, but you can see it's pretty much the same, just getting it lined up, pulling back the release paper, and using the tool to smooth it down. So I'm going to show you a live look at everything here in just a moment. I'm going to show you some photos of what the 2 pages look like, completed with some embellishments, the stamping of the date, title, and you'll see in just a moment.
Okay, friends, I am all finished with my project. I am really happy with how it came out. I kept the embellishments really simple, but my title page came out really well with the vinyl. One of my tricks is for something like this, you'll notice that this is barely even sticking to the backing. I stuck this down to my clothes like, I don't know, 6 or 8 times so that it would lose its tack, because I knew it was going to be going on vellum and on the pattern paper, and I didn't want it to ruin it. So I wanted it to be to the point where it was barely able to like pick up the vinyl so that it wouldn't stick to the vellum. So that worked out pretty well. And here you may have seen that I used that pop-up tape to give this a little bit of dimension. I thought that came out well. I was fine with covering up the part that said details because I had so much journaling everywhere else. And I really needed a place to put this fun rainbow photo. So I really like how this came out. And then it worked out perfectly that because of the amount of photos that I had, that everything was bookended and my other page could go right here. So I've got these chipboard pieces. I used all of them, scattered them throughout. And I also found some tabs here for the 3x8s so that I could pull those up. I haven't added anything to the cards here. A lot of them, I didn't have a lot of space, so I didn't add anything. But I might later on, never know. So I've got my reds and oranges, got yellows, greens. I was having a hard time finding a place to put this one, but I think that was a okay choice. It kind of blends in there. Did a contrasting color here with the red on the blue, and I think that worked out really well. Got the blues, the purples. I thought this one made sense, Colors from Life, because it's really a lot of just stuff that you use every day. The colors tell a story. I was talking about how these flowers came from a cutting from my grandma, and that's always been a lot to me. So got some pinks there, got the grays, and I tried to scatter where these were, either inside or outside and up and down, so that like with these 3x8 pieces in the middle, it didn't get super bulky. So hopefully the chipboard helped with that. I put this color has my heart on the photo of Cipher. Got the love tab here, story 5, and then this. Love how this came out. I'm a little bummed that the 3 got cut off with the punching of the holes, but I really like the way that this came out. And the journaling, I think, came out really well with the transparency sticker paper there. So anyway, really had fun working on this project, looking for all the color photos, and I'm fine with the fact that this is going to take up some room in here, because the other projects I probably won't go into as much depth. I'll probably stick to the more smaller kits. This one I just wanted to really embellish and really dive deep. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope you're inspired to work on your everyday color day in life. Thanks so much. Bye for now.